interesting to see where Jimmy Neesham is standing in that crease over there as well, Andrew. He's standing deep, and at the point of delivery, he's moving behind.
Isn't it remarkable? This is a man who struck at 190. I don't think it carried through to Binod Bandar. He's done well, actually. Damn, he thought he had the biggest wicket of his young life. Great to see the reaction. Neesham is 3 off 9. This will be a good angle here. Doesn't quite carry. Great effort. That's 3 runs saved, plus 3 in the coach's notebook. But Neesham, who struck at virtually 2 runs for every delivery he faced last season, change of kit, 3 off 9.
This man's generating pace, and he's getting some deviation off the surface as well. Great exhibition here of seaman swing by young Hemandami.
If you take away the final 5 overs of the first innings, nothing has gone right for the Pokhara Avengers. Great credit to Dan Douthwaite. KHD Ackerman and I felt he bowled exceptionally well. 2 for 24, including 14 dot balls. The run out of Rossington, it's varying from players. We're early in the season. With the way in which they're playing, where are the wins coming from?
The bigger concern here is we'll get back to this after this over on the other side of this. Just the 4 runs coming, or should I say 3? Very good start for Hemandami, 28 for 3.
Gangnam Style.
In this part of the world, weekend vibes just about coming in as well. We have a double header tomorrow. Go straight. But has he found the fielder? That's been put down.
Possible catch him.
Well, I'm sorry, this is a dolly. This should have been taken. Josh Brown, 31 years of age. 3 seasons of Big Bash. You have to catch this. It's Kushal Bertel. It's right into his hand, in and out, and down it goes. Amazing to see no reaction from Irie. Many another captain we've seen throughout this season, I think, would have been hysterical in response to that.
Wow, this turn on the surface. Bigger concern.
Pressure window. Annupate pressure less very. Take the pressure sign.
He's almost just gone after it in a lackadaisical manner. Looked like he was going to catch it ever so simply. Went straight at him. Couldn't have been any better. Put it down.
Wow, he's picked the bones out of this one.
6.
And that's great magnesium for you. He'll take on the bowling irrespective of the situation. And that's a very fine hit. And that's the first 6 as well of the Pokhara Avengers coming in the 8th over.
Tell you who else is not holding many catches, the fans in the crowd. Bursting through the hands of at least one up here. That's more like it from Jimmy Neesham in his trademark style, in and out. He had a chance on it. How often do you see that? More 6s than anyone now in NPL history. Remember, he had 23 last season.
That's just why the fielder does really well to keep it in play. Brilliant ball. Fielding rather in the deep end or in south. That's to his wrong side. Remember, he's a left-arm spinner.
Tell you something, I think he's a really good cricketer. And it's all 3 formats, isn't it? Bat, ball and in the field. You're spot on. It's going to his weaker side. It's very well judged because for a little bit of the initial impact off the bat, you're going to think that trajectory is going to force it towards you to create a catching opportunity. And then because of the dew, it's going to skid off the surface. Wonderful work and 3 runs saved.
Just hurrying the batter, just going straight. The bigger concern here for the Pokhara Avengers, they lost their first game by 53 runs. That's a huge margin of defeat.
Could lose this one by more than that.
Easy 2, boys, easy 2! 9 runs coming off this over. 37 for 3. Beautiful evening, mesmerizing, breathtaking, majestic. Running short of adjectives here.
I tell you the most incredible thing about it, this is the same ground we were at last year, and you can kind of almost forget that because of the scale and the quality of the development that has been completed and undertaken in less than a calendar year. About 10 months or so, work got underway in early 2025, and we've heard everyone wax lyrical about it. Chris Lynn, Ravi Bapara, emphatic in his praise of the quality of this facility.
In fact, you chat with Rohit Baudel as well last evening during presentation. He did mention that, and you told me last year in 10 years' time you'll have all of this. Very hard to believe, but everyone's really now soaking into this atmosphere.
My favourite part about everything they've done, they did it in trademark Nepali style, delivered the night before the opening day of the tournament. The final floodlight testing. There's only one way to do things here in Nepal. It can be a little bit chaotic, a little bit manic. The important is they got there when it mattered, they got there when it counts. This is truly a world and a home for cricket, for Nepal, for decades and decades to come.
Not just the cricketers, Andrew, and the fans deserve this. The way they are involved with the sport, their knowledge about each cricketer and their performances, how well informed they're about everything. It's not a passionate crowd, it's a very intelligent fan base. Lovely delivery, just holding its line.
I'm actually going to read you one message I received from the former Dutch national team captain, Peter Seiler, who had a wonderful career. I won't use the exact words, the expletives that he used. Is that really the same ground as before that I played at? It looks absolutely unreal. Where are the people in the trees gone, though, is his only question. Well, I don't think you can get a view from a tree now. The parapets and stands are too high.
I'm not quite sure he's middle this one. Kugelein's coming underneath it. He'll watch it sail. That's the strength and power of Nisham. Even if it gets the toe end of the bat, it will go over the ropes. What a hit.
Yeah, and albeit the Royals have dominated, well, 90% of this encounter, whilst Nisham is there, the game is alive, particularly when Bertel is with him. And I think you're spot on what you say. He didn't get any of this. He probably got about, well, 50-60% of it at best, but he has the muscle and the quality. For the second time, damn, he thought he had Nisham. This time it goes all the way for 6.
Over the bowler's head runs, once again work to do for Kugelheim. And he does really well to come around until kick 2.
विदेश खेला देखिए आता है कोई न्यूडी पर छोड़ दी मैंने चल नेपाल वेयर पूरा डल ले रहा है
They'll have to really be on zoom mode, maybe just sit on that Bajaj Pulsar to get to the target as well. The next gen Pulsar power, explosive, that's what we are seeing from Jimmy Nisham. Fast, that's what we are seeing from Kushal Gurdel. But unstoppable, we'll have to wait and watch. But that's a lovely wake.
Beautifully delivered, I must say, as well.
Just rubbing off from the best. That goes past shot fine, and that'll race away for a 4. Runs coming thick and fast, bit of counter attack, and that's helping the Pokhara Avengers. Nisham in the house.
Finally, a bit of momentum in this chase. It's funny, comes up here in the 9th over.
It's 4 misspelled.
Well, it's about as easy as they come at the top level here. You so often see it. Nisham who was put down. It was Bertel that was dropped. But the momentum has just started to swing towards the men in red. They need it, and they need plenty more of it.
Yeah, the Avengers need a Nisham special tonight. Yeah, he's middling it well. They'll need to push for 2, they'll stick to 1, and this will also mean that Nisham will keep strike for over number 10. It's been a good over, 14 coming off at 51 for 3.
आज मस्त
Over number 9 has been just so far. They accumulated 14. They need quite a few of these overs. They have to get close to the target.
दीपक कुमार
Best over of the innings. And Hemantani probably a little unlucky. Oh, look at this. Talk about Nepali style, sir. Not just the Dhaka topi. Have a look at that moustache. We are in November after all. 'Tis the season.
That was a grand sight. Ishan Pandey, some off spin now. Nisham in the middle.
I thought he changed the game the other night. John Simpson was at the crease. It looked the easiest of chases for the Gorkas. Pandey trapped him LBW, the game shifted.
Enough time to rock back. That'll beat the fielder, split the fielders rather. He started off well and he's welcomed Ishan with a 4. Pressure on the bowler.
I think it might have gone all the way. But my initial instinct was that this has gone over the rope. It's classic Nisham power, isn't it? Nobody hits 6s with more regularity than this Kiwi. You can see why he was on the golf course a few days ago. Look at that follow through. Yep, I reckon that's 6. You can see the divot or the pitch mark. We think it was 6. Don't know if we have the signal. Given as 6. There'll be pressure on Ishan Pandey. Spoke to him the other evening. Such an articulate young man, such a bright young man. Qualified doctor. Amazing. You wanted to pay tribute to his colleagues.
qualified doctor Ishan Pandey.
Qualified for the scale of support that they've given him to continue to chase his cricketing dreams alongside his profession.
Dr. Ishan Pandey. That's a nice designation.
I'll have to speak to our graphics guys. You've got to get the doctor on there. Can't just say Ishan, it should say Dr. Pandey.
He's got a lot of height and the distance as well. On the shorter side is Pandey this evening. And he's receiving the treatment as well. And the crowd's going gaga.
The baby is going gaga for the Avengers. Wasn't a good delivery. Just sat there to be hit halfway down. Bertel too good to miss out on that. He really struggled up to that point. Just 11 off 19. Then he just pongos this one into the night sky. Came on all of a sudden. Amazing how quickly it turns. If Nisham is there in 7, 8, even 10 overs time, the Avengers might get home.
This one's
6.
out of the screws into the cow corner reach.
Still.
Back-to-back 6s.
Yes.
Launching his missiles.
Ishan Pandey.
We finally had a crowd catch. This man says yes. He doesn't want to give the ball back.
3-6.
And Abhinesh Pokhara,
Avinash Bora here
I
is.
only bowled 1 over the other night. Look at this for a shot. Top class. Was this taken? Here we go. Oh no. Come on, sir. You can't claim that. Don't be claiming a crowd catch if you don't hold on. Really good strike. 6 more to the total. All of a sudden, the momentum has shifted. What about that Josh Brown catch? The 50 partnership comes up.
How quick
FC
this game is
counter
changing
will come.
fortunes
Wow,
and
wow.
momentum. Until the time both these batters are there in the
That's
middle,
wrong. Name
Sudurpashchim
and
Royals will be on their toes.
Name dropped by Tanner.
They know the danger these batters bring to the table.
Wow. No.
Dot ball to round out a
हेर्ला फेरि मैले कमेन्ट गर्न
Packed over the most expensive of the innings. 19 have come from it. And that will get us to the halfway stage of the chase. The game's been brought to life by a fantastic partnership. It's time for the expert education strategic timeout. The players will have a drink. Score 70 for 3. Mandir, lazy working, huh? Check, Mandir, check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Can you hear me? Mandir? Why is he saying no lazy, and you can hear me? These guys?
स्ट्रेटेजिक टाइम आउट त्यो उलाइदियो नि त पाउँदै गर्छ भात
All of a sudden, this game has come to life. Nisham and Burtel have infused fresh blood into this innings, and this partnership of 15-34 has slowly resurrected the chase for the Pokhara Avengers. Since the boys in yellow are now just about feeling the heat a bit. A catch dropped a couple of overs ago, and then Nisham and Burtel unleashed a flurry of sixes. Wow, this game's certainly now in the balance. Very good evening, Fazal Khalil.
Well, very good evening to you, Mikhail, and very good evening to everyone watching this broadcast on Star Sports.
अविनाश बोहरा हेलो
Edition of the
यसले विकेट लियो त लियो नत्र यसको पालै आउँदैन
Nepal Premier League 2025. Avinash Pokhara, 3 for 17. He needs to pick up wickets quick. Brought in a little later than you would expect, Mikhail, but
हैन त्यस्तो त पछि
everything now for the Avengers depends on Nisham and the skipper Kushal Burtel.
Avinash Bora drafted into the attack. Now he
Kuni-
has a
Kuni
knack
were
of
bowling
picking
on
wickets and breaking partnerships, Fazal. Avinash Bora is like the man friend, the go-to man for most captains, particularly in the Nepal team as well, and for the franchise size, to just go and be the game breaker, the partnership breaker. Yeah, it's a lot of
I
calm.
know.
Everyone's
Sudurpashchim.
smiling and
Okay.
enjoying.
र
But too much to do now. Almost too much to do. 124, 59.
सुदूरपश्चिममा हुने अविनाश बोहरा यार
This
ओस
man will need to get some really big ones out.
फोर
Get a boundary for that. But they'll need a lot more of those. Because currently they're going at just 6.89 runs to the over. Now 7.16 runs. They'll need a few more of these to just bring that asking rate down.
Nicely bowled underneath the bat. That's the deliveries he can be breaking out more consistently. You've got to stop that run flow. Yeah, there he is. Look at that for style and swag. And that's a happy dent smile as well.
प्रेजेन्ट स्माइल एज वेल
Wow, look at that. Broad, bright, white smile, sir. You are on air.
Well, absolutely happy about
uniforms there. I love the Dhaka topi. Just itching to wear one. Yeah, over the top of the boundary. A couple of bounces over those boundary cushions. Straight into that stump. And holding 4 runs. 128 fours for the tournament. Pokhara Avengers have started to make a move on.
Yeah, this man's a dangerous batter once he gets going. Fearless. He'll take the attack to the opposition. How beautifully he just played that up and over. Backward of square. You can't really earn line or length over here.
Well, already a 59 of 38 fourth wicket partnership. 35 of that have come from Jimmy Neesham. 24 from the skipper Burtel. And they've all got the smile on today. Fabulous start to this tournament. Cut away again. What a beautiful shot this. There was a man there, but he was just a mute spectator. 129 boundaries for the tournament. Score moving on to 83, and in top flight is the skipper Burtel.
Yeah, he's looking so good square of the wicket.
यसरी पिट्ने नल्दै यसलाई बोलिङ दिँदैन अविनाशलाई
Turning out to be a good
वे
service.
3 बाउन्ड्री
He's
हाल्यो
helping the batters.
अझै बाइस
You can see
एक बल
senior team management there in the middle with the bowler. Dipendra Singh Airi, Binod Bhandari, all having a discussion. How do we stop this Burtel power? All right then. Good over so far, 13 runs. One delivery to go. Can he finish it off well? And they've played so much of cricket together, Avinash Bora and Burtel. 13 coming off over number 11, hitting 3 for 3.
एकशे 15 को स्पिड फाल्ला कहाँ हुन्छ 130 वरिपरि फाल्नु पर्यो पुग्यो खाली फाल्दैन उसले 30 फाल्छ 30 भन्दा माथि ए हेमन्त हामीले पनि फाल्छ अलि राम्रो फाल्छ फास्ट वाला स्पिनर हो ठिकठाक थियो भर्खरै हेरभर गयो भर्खरमा खाली जित्यो त
Great scenes.
लगाइदेऊला चोखो पियार
And a chase on the cards as long as both these batters find the middle of the bat. Captain Airi brings himself on. I had a chat with him the other day during presentation. He was the only bowler who missed out in the wickets column. He's one person you can't keep out of action for the
मै ठिक छु यिनीहरू भन्दा त आउट गर्न सक्छु नि भन्ने हुन्छ नि त चिक्स
Wow, that's a biggie. Nonchalantly, this man Neesham just clears the ropes. He is in daring mode this evening.
Well, he had a great last season. Didn't have a very great start to this season, but certainly now stamping his authority here in the middle. Just carting the skipper over long on for a huge hit. Put down in the crowd. But what a good hit. He really teed off, didn't he? He's doing for them what Brown and Lynn did for the Royals.
तर 53 बलमा अब 105 मात्र चाहिएको छ यार उई नेक्स्ट 6
This one even longer, even bigger. Another drop catch in the crowd. But Neesham's making merry tonight. He wants to chase down this huge target.
Not very smart bowling this from Dipendra Singh Airi. He tossed that one up. You can't toss the ball up on a pitch that isn't turning.
वो 3 ओभर सकियो
Ball will come nicely onto the bat, and there it is, down on one knee. And that bat speed through the ball. Boy, did it go a distance. Neesham now looks really dangerous.
हाँ ऊ उल्टा हान्नु भएछ जिम्मी पुरा चलो हान्दिनु जिम्नास्टिक डाइभ
And that's the Red Bull energetic moment as well.
Gymnastics.
Trust the captain to come to the party when the pressure is on them. He's crashed that into timber. That
राम्रो
came in
खेला
with the
था
arm
धेरै
quicker. You
राम्रो
can see the index finger on the seam. And there comes the cartwheel. Superstar Irie, he's ecstatic. Euphoria in the ground. And here he is, that celebration says it all.
एक भर्दैन पे जिताइदिने त चलो
त्यही
What an innings he
खतरनाक
played.
छ
47 of 20.
राम्रो आने 25 मा 47 यस्तो प्रेसर
It's 95 for 4.
त पारी लुक्लै हुन्न
What a moment this for the skipper Irie. Banter there between the two skippers, but what a wicket to get. Sumit Verma
सुमित वर्मा
plus for him.
इज नेपाली फरेनर
Good strike rate.
बर्मा नेपाली
Mark to the
Para.
skipper well.
नेपाली जो छ एकदम
Have a real mountain to climb now.
Nepali.
Sudurpashchim Royals will be really breathing easy now.
भुर्जिल आउट बड्यो भुर्जिलले घट्या भयो
Just how beautifully he got that release from his index finger. He's the showman. Dipendra Singh Irie.
अघि ओ हो कि
A bit of a slip there, but they'll get only one. Sumit's off the mark as well. How many cricketers do we see doing the cartwheel? Well, look at that. He does that also to perfection. Here he goes. Once, twice, and the celebration.
Have you ever tried that?
Cut away in the gap. That's going to be a 4. Burtel keeps the fight on. What an over. This is turning out to be a big wicket, but 17 runs as well. The 100th coming up. It's 100 for 4.
Big last 3 overs, but even bigger moment was that wicket of Jimmy Neesham. Dipendra Singh Irie bringing Harmeet Singh back for his last over. With the departure of Jimmy Neesham, in comes Harmeet Singh.
हरमित सिंहको लास्ट ओभर
Wicket.
मैले
Moment for the Sudurpashchim
सुदूरपश्चिम
Royals.
जित्दैछ
Really scripted that very well.
कति
It
रन मिल्यो?
shows how clever and canny
तारिक कतिको थियो
a cricketing mind he is. Swept on the line. Mikhail, just take a look at this. This was the first 6, slow in the air. Second one, even slower. And then now he sets him up with that absolute sizzler. So you can see the cricketing acumen and a little gymnastics as well. So he's got everything in it. Does this man on your screen? No wonder he's called the Tiger of Nepal.
भुर्जिल
Not Irie. Irie fiery. Job to perfection.
Yeah.
Class act. He knows how to assess the situation. Look a good sign to Sudurpashchim Royals.
Just
एक दुई हानेर त काम छैन बाउन्डले हान्नु
the Sudurpashchim Royals are really looking the team to beat in the competition. They have a good all-round team together with the Kings. We saw a very formidable Kings lineup. So things really
India, I'm a fan
up
fan.
here. See a little spread between
धेरै रन चाहिएको छ नि त
top
नि
ones and the bottom ones next few days. A lot of work for Pokhara Avengers now. 103 for 4. Need 12.13 runs.
खाइ नि त यार चाना यार के खाना चाहिँ रोजिलो
They don't really blame Isham for that
अलि
shot.
उठाएको यहाँ त्यो भात
He had to do it. He had to go for the runs. Somebody had to get it. It was Isham the best
के
option
खाने
for them. Some smart bowling here by Ivy.
पाहाडमा खाने
Delivery. And that's been rocketed into the south corner region. That's out
Bhat?
there as well. He'll not
एउटा
miss
चाहिँ
out
भात
on those
खान्छ
good
अब
tosses.
यसलाई
Good
के
nil.
सामने रोकेर
And he'll keep putting the pressure back on the fielding side.
Well, he's
Look
not
at
going to
the-
go down without a fight. He's really got
सिक्स हो सिक्स
waves of steel. Perhaps just
I
slipping there
like
with the
him.
due for Harmeet Singh, but gleefully accepted by the skipper.
Six
Kushal
or six.
Patel. Really played well for Nepal. And now he's turning out for the Pokhara Avengers, the skipper. Lone man there. He's like a beacon for the Avengers.
एक सय 94 टार्गेट 43 बलमा 84 चाहियो अब। तर हान्नेलाई त केही होइन
Versus conditions and play himself.
यदि यसमा भोइस जाँदैन
Back from here on.
जान्छ
The last 5 overs, 74 runs.
हान्नेलाई के नि टी20 मा
For the loss of the Jimmy Neesham wicket.
निजो हान्न त खतराले आउट हो
Neesham hadn't gotten out, it would have been a real humdinger of a game. Cliffhanger to finish. Right now, a lot of work for these two out there in the middle for the Avengers. 83 now needed from 42. End of the over, number 13. Chasing 194. 111 for 4 are the Avengers.
आज त क्रिसलिनले डेन्जर हानेछ भोलि कर्णाली र लुम्बिनी काठमाडौँ र विराटनगर खतरा खतरा गेम छ भोलि त
But in this very special Siddharth Bank Nepal Premier League, it's a day of double headers. The Kairali Yak takes the Lumbini Lions at 11:15 a.m. Match number 7, followed by match number 8 at 3:30 p.m. The Kathmandu Gorkhas versus the Viratnagar Kings. That's the big one, coming to you live from the TU International Ground here in Kathmandu.
Swift fine work to do for Harmeet. He'll come around it. Oh, he's pushing for the second. Sumit Verma, good running. Yeah, just the right time to head across to Jess Croce alongside Matt Taylor from the Pokhara Avengers. Take it away, Jess.
That's right, I'm joined here by Matt Taylor. Matt, team on 1-1-3 before. What do you make of the performance so far?
Yeah, we obviously didn't get off to the ideal start, but I think we've pulled it back nicely now and hopefully can get it done.
How great was it watching Jimmy out there sort of hitting that all around the park?
Yeah, you know, his work there. It was awesome to see him clear the runs.
Irie, well, he's having a night out. And Naren South strikes. Another one bites the dust. Sumit has to walk back. Half the side back in the dugout for the Avengers in this chase, and they are falling apart.
They certainly are falling apart now. The required rate is 12.15. No real option for him, but that man there, Vindra Singh Irie.
सेलिब्रेसन हेर्नु तपाईँको गाउँले पारामा ए
Verma holds the reins for 6. The Avengers now tottering at 113 for 5.
को हो फेरि अर्को आएको नेपाली त नेपाली हो तर हो को त अभिषेक तिवारी राम्रो खेल्छ तर
Down the range, they're asking
मन ध्यान छोड्दैन टुकु टुकु खेल्ने होला
falling in a heap. Avengers
जिल्ला स्टाइल
And we're back. Matt, you were just discussing how it was watching Jimmy out there hitting it around the park.
Yeah, it's great to watch him get into his work, play on the ropes a few times. It would have been nice if he could go on a bit longer, but hopefully we can still get it done.
Chasing a huge score of 194. It's never easy chasing a big score like that, but what's the mentality required for that?
Yeah, you still just got to be positive. I
ये
think
जडिनु नारो यार
we
हावला
didn't
यार
get off to the best start, but then we made
Will
some
jacket
good
line.
improvements to the score, and then you need a few things to go your way as well.
Plenty of energy going on here tonight. Does this motivate the team in any way?
Yeah, definitely. It's absolutely electric. Like I said the other day, the atmosphere here has been brilliant for every game, so it's great to see.
And what's required from the team for the rest of the comp sort of taking closer and closer towards that trophy?
Yeah, just to build on what we've done so far, get a couple of wins on the board, and hopefully, we'll put ourselves in a good position.
Excellent. Well, all the best for you. Thank you very much. Back to comments.
2 for 48 in his last game in the 4 overs. He's out tonight. Left down to face Matt Taylor. Not a great scene at the moment for the Pokhara Avengers. Over here by Taylor.
Yes, this is 6
And he's taken full toll on this as well.
भुटेल हो
Burtel's finding the big hits with consummate ease this evening.
120 for 5.
एक्लो दियो भने त तपाईँको टिम त खतम छ रे तेरो निजम मात्र हुन्
5-6 जना छन् जेनको
लास्ट आज लगभग तिनले 10 वटा फिल्डिङ मिस फिल्ड गरे हो खतम छ
त्यो अब बिचारो भिडिङमा आफै
आफू यो बेर क्याच गरे पछि गयो बर आफू यो क्याच दौर छाडे हाल्ले विकेट दु
But for the brief partnership of 70-odd runs between Burtel and Nisham, Avengers have just been playing catch-up in this chase. They still need 74 from 36. Burtel can do it. If it's his night, nobody can stop him. But you have Irie at the other end. What a contest here. Red versus yellow, who will prevail?
12.33 runs for the over. Need to take the signal. Oh, what a throw that. Rocket arm.
फास्ट बोलर हुने 115 स्पिड फाल्ला
को
अभिषेक रे अविनाश बर
स्पिनर जोरल फाल्बर हुन्छ जति त
खाली त्यो कुन्ने हो बारे जोर जले डड फाल्ला त जे 34 मा 74
चेजेबल छ
छ ब्याटर छैन नि त निजम बजार होइन नि
क्रिस्लिनले डेन्जर हान्दियो आज त निसमलाई
निसमले बोलिङ पनि राम्रो गरे
ब्याटिङमा कति हानेर
47
कतिमा
त्यस्तो थोरैमा 20-30 बोल
Batting lineup under pressure, no matter whether there's due or no due.
स्लो बल रे
Chasing 195, you're always under pressure.
साइरन खाले उdio त प्रेसर पनि गइयो छैको
Right from the outset to the
को रे
lose a couple of wickets,
इन्ट्रोजेक्स
run rate goes
हेलो हेलो
in the 15th,
केमा हो
completely knocked out the
युट्युब
game.
एडिटर एलेक्स क्याप कट
Patience on their chase, huge total, which means their bowling is lacking some power. He can get any customer.
खतरा बोलिङ गर त यार
मिडियन त हो
मिडियम
Done a lot of
हेलो हेलो
bowling for Nepal.
एडिटर एलेक्स वेयर आर यु फ्रम वाइट बल एडिटर एलेक्स प्लिज सब्सक्राइब द च्यानल
4 dots. That's what's happening. That's why the talk between Burtel and
बाउन्ड्री जान्छ धादिङदेखि नेपाली त
Just take composure. Get me on strike.
लु
Just a hint of movement, keeping it away from the arc. This is very fine dead bowling.
कडा गरो त केटा
Very ordinary
अहिले डेट बोलिङ
सब्सक्राइब गरौँ है सब्सक्राइब
have 4 dot balls.
पकाना अस्ति मैले पकाना यार हावा गर्नु
2 runs to the over.
उसले नपकाया धेरै भइयो
The other end.
सुदूरपश्चिम रोयल्स ए 14 पर ओभर त के हैन ठिकै
Finally, he gets a single only to keep strike for the next over. I'm not too sure if the single was on. You need Burtel on strike. Just the one run off for Abhinash's over. It's been a very
Abhinash
fine bowling
Bohra.
effort. It's the final 5, 121 for 5.
टप्परी यार
लाइभ हाल्दैछ के रे उस
भोइस त म्युट गर्दै हुन्छ
नगर भोइस त्यहाँको आउँदैन नि त के हो नि भ्लग सुदूरपश्चिम रोयल्स पोखरा एवेन्जर्स 121 15 ओभरमा
The game very much in Sudurpashchim's court right now, but whilst Kushal Bertel is still there, we do have a game in our hands. He's going to need some support. The required run rate is escalating almost out of control. Best part of 15 runs required per over. And as we saw so often through season 1, Kugaline might have been wicketless early, but he'll come back and take wickets at the death. This young man simply has to get Bertel on strike. The last thing the Pokhara Avengers can afford are dot balls, as I
Googly in the danger.
HD Ackerman, the men in yellow still in control here.
Well, they are now. Well, Kushal Bertel and Jimmy Neesham had the wicket. There was always that hope, but since then, it's been the men in yellow. Yeah, Abhishek needs to really needs to work out what's required here. And what's required is the captain needs to get on strike. Previous over, he swung at
Leg.
4. The last delivery of the over, he got a single. That's the last thing.
5
Now he's managed to get Bertel on strike.
10 रुपैयाँ ठुल्ठुलो टुपी विशालले भने
Yes, he's
Bertel
one short of
49.
half century, but he needs boundaries.
लियो रन लियो अहिले
भुर्चेल हान्यो नि त 49 of 30 wow good
Just one more
220 320 210
to get to that landmark in 50. He's played really nicely. The acceleration has been superb. It would be back-to-back 50s, remember?
Googly.
89 against
कसरी हिट छ
Here in Pokhera's opener.
रन अप आउट
6
He'll get there in some style.
4
Glorious way
Who the
to
fun was it?
continue an excellent knock. It's got better as it's gone on. Remember, at one stage, 11 of 19. Since then, he has just shifted gears with consummate ease. And he gets to the landmark 50. Back-to-back 50s off just 31 balls.
लिडिङ कमेन्ट त दिए रहेछ यार लिडिङ
अर्को पनि छ एउटा इन्डिया
Boundaries are that over extra cover. If you hit it badly, you get 2. If you hit it well, you get 4. Same can be said.
नथिङ बल
Got him!
क्या
And that could be that.
स्टाइलमा एक जिन्दगी छ यो त गएर
He's
जहाँ पनि उल्टा उल्टा हान्ने
on the turf, Kushal
ठिकै
Bertel.
थियो
He
यति
knows
खेले
the importance of
लाग्यो
his
छक्का
wickets
हुने
in his
थियो
team. He's played ever so
Voilà.
nicely, but now he's got to go.
Finally goes up inside the 30-yard circle, and Bertel thought he could get it up and over.
अन्तर्घाती बनाए अन्तर्घाती गोल
Into the dismissal.
बल राम्रो फालेको थियो कि हाई भयो कि
Well set. Then a lovely innings again. He looks in
आत्मघाती
fine form in this year's edition of
No,
NPL.
भारी
Bertel goes
भयो
for 53. It's 126 for 6.
को छ पोखरामा हान्ने कोही छैन
यसरी हेर्दै क्या सब्सक्रिप्सन लियो है
फ्रीमा हो नेपाल
कसरी
खै थाहा छैन 300 त्यो तिरे होइन आइरहेको कि
पछि तिर्ने होला नि त ब्याङ्कबाट काट्छ आफै
किन काट्ला ब्याङ्कबाट आफै काट्नु
फ्री कसरी हो त तेरो कि कार्ड सार्ड नम्बर हाले होला
छैन के हाले चाहिँ
नहीं नहीं यसलाई फ्री कसरी मिल्यो कि
खै उन्जमा आउदैन फेरि आज फ्री गर्यो
टेक्निकल ग्लिच होला कि
Is it all over? Red rover for the men in red.
Well,
आयो त विदेशी रहेछ
Come to the crease.
को
Capable
हो डर चल्छ
for his career at about 140 a lot of those games for Glamorgan, the 18 English counties. The only one, of course, in
म त
Wales.
11 मा 3 खेल्ला छ
Again,
यार
what you said there, HD.
खालि एउटा त टक्क टक्क मात्र
The second time in 2 games, it's probably going to be a 50 in vain.
लाग्यो त जाने छैन त
तर अरू खेल्यो अहिले तर
जाज पानी दिने हो र
Yet another play and a miss.
हो र
Abhishek just not getting up to the pace. 3 off 12. Avengers 27 for 6.
के दुनो त जान्न बोल्नु बिहान ड्युटी बिहान हो ये तल दे बिनारै दुनो आला गान दिमा बाबु सबै यो अघि गया हो नि मेरो सबल दहाल्यो मर्निङ हो ड्युटी ओ कहाँ हो
युजर एलेक्स हेलो सब्सक्राइब दीपक कुमार वेलकम सुदूरपश्चिम सपोर्टर दुईजना दीपक कुमार प्लिज सब्सक्राइब द चैनल
Swung away, very well bowled. Love the fact that we've seen so much of Nepal's corporate community and sponsors get involved in this season, and there's one of them, the Red Bull fan zone. They're bringing that Babal energy. Don't forget
Babal
the
energy,
new generation Red Bull product recently launched here in Nepal, sitting in our fridge behind us in the commentary box. I haven't had one yet, actually. Really new for a different drink.
Six.
Bang. That big.
That's big.
Shoulders and straight in
Glenn.
to the Avengers branding next to the dugouts. Wow.
निकल्दा पटाको छ
Absolutely nailed.
खाली
Delivery and it's a
Thank you.
flat bat back over mid-on for 6.
टोटल
You can only do that if you're a strong man.
हो र उछनी आरआर क्याम्पस
Inside edge.
आरआर क्याम्पस हो केम छ टोटल गरेको
Just want to show you what
666 yes 6
Mitchell Bertel dismissal.
6
Don't watch the wicket. Watch Jimmy Neesham in the background.
plus 6
Just now
थाहा भए मान्छे लाउन हो
says it all.
सही कति उतो भयो नि त भाडा त तले यही किन्यो यार हामीले मोमो खाने त तले कालीमाटी त्यो एक सानीमा विकास हुने खुल्या ग्राउन्ड
त्यो त राम्रो छ त सानो हेलमेट बनाएर प्राइम लोकेसन
त्यो त राम्रो छ
ओ 6 6 6 6 6 ए क्याच
Takes the simplest of catches and it ends an innings that young Abhishek Tiwari has
अविनाशले लिदियो त
विकेट
दुई हो स्पिड
विकेट विकेट
Avengers they slide further.
बुझ्न बेटा जद्दो क्याद्दे टिप्टोको हाल्लो पड्का काइरो हुन आइदैन तु आउँछ तलाई नि के
Tiny,
ओए
his little round armors.
That's perfect,
Scott
yeah.
Kugeline, very
त्यहाँ पनि गर्छ
makes
हेर
a mistake in the deep.
सबैतिर 2
Made
रुपैयाँ
it
माग्यो
look very, very simple in the end as this innings
Practice
now
को लागि
starts to drift away.
अभिषेक तिवारी
154
जान्न खाएर धेरै आउन नि कोही कोही मिसो रहडो ल्याउने यसरी आउन हानु खासमा तान्ने त्यही हो साला पड्काउने भनेर आइजन सब हेरेर आउँदा हान्दै यो उत्तिमा आइरहँदो सब इन्डियाको कहाँको साला त्यो हेरेर हुन् कि आउने हाम्रो हेरबाट त छैनन् कि त्यो हेरबाट रिलिफ हुन्छ ल हेर्नु यहाँ त प्लुम प्लुम पाले
त्यहाँ नि सबै हालिदिनु फ्राई गर्नु पर्दैन
Fantastic festival atmosphere
के पागल हो
विपिन खत्री बैटर हो रहे हो बॉलर हो
राइट ह्यान्ड ब्याटर होइन द ब्याटिङमा त ब्याटरै लेखिदियो अहिले त
अब त विकेट जाने नि फटाफट
खालि स्लो बल फाल्दै रहेछ होला
खतम त्यसैले खतम गएर डाउन पर्फर्मेन्स डाउन
त्यो त मलाई मोबिलिटी छैन होला
पहिला यस्तो थियो नि त अलि फास्ट बलरमा अप्सन थिएन नि त्यही भएर यसलाई राख्यो नि त कोही अब करण केसी र ऊ नहुन्छ सोमपाल नहुन्छ अहिले त 101 आइयो अब यहीको त कामै छ कुन्ने हो कुन्नालाई
3 ओभरमा 12 21 रन दिइरहेछ राम्रो गरे 18 मा 60 हुँदैन अब
4 हालेर होइन नि
Just for a moment, at 95 for 3, with Nisham ticking, Vertel having been given a life, drop catch and drop Brown is going to want to forget. Just felt as though the Avengers might hunt this down.
हाइलाइट्स
And those 3 wickets in the last 5 over as well, they've twisted the game.
Wow, it's huge. It's 6.
Dave might have some fun here in the deck. Beautiful sight over his favoured long on region again.
कुशल आउट भयो हैन
अघि भइसक्यो
Muscle just over long on for 6. The problem when you're chasing these totals, maybe is that even though you have a good period, when you're chasing a total in excess of 180, 190, you're getting up to 200, you can't have a dead period. You've got to just keep going. It's often during that period where you want to sustain that high rate. That's what
विराटनगर त जित्दैन
kept on saying.
विराटनगर त जित्दैन
नो
तर
डुप्लेसी आउने बाँकी छ खतरै छ अहिले पनि त्यो अर्को बलर पनि आउने बाँकी छ एउटा के नाम त्यसको
Pulled Irie in the important position, makes it look easy.
बाहिर आयो हैन
And Chatri says, not to him. I know my fielders and I'm not going to suit it
त्यो
this
नाम
here.
घरै दुब्लाया छ भने
Chatri has to read the room here, Steve. Got to get Dave Wade on strike.
Put that on strike, but he's correct. Just what?
Giving us a wide down the leg side. Now, it's his trademark celebration. We saw it just twice in the T20 World Cup qualifier there. No man, both for directive runouts. This was for delivery to both Jimmy Neesham. Have a look at this. Put it up in lights. I don't think Neesham was happy.
डुप्लेसी
Oh, I don't know about you, HD. That's got to be the best somersault I've ever seen.
I thought Simone Biles was
अब नेपाल देश हो थाहा हुने नि सेफ्टी सेफ्टीलाई कसो भयो भन्ने हुन्छ नि त के भयो
How many goals did she win?
ओ
I forgot about her.
यो
Apologies.
यार
Simone.
टी-शर्ट फटेर ग्राउन्ड
interesting areas
सोचाइ इन्स्पायर हुने
carried away. I think they call it a bromance.
तपाईँको न्यारै चार्ज लिने थियो
It's very one way, because I'm not sure he knows that you have these feelings about it.
एउटा के सब्सक्राइब रह्यो
Luckily, his
होइन
mother
ऊबाट रिएक्सन
Dependra's behalf. Yeah, met
दिपेन्द्र बहादुर
during the first game. And
ए यसले त हानिहाल्यो त
don't think there's a prouder mother in this country.
यो हान्न छ उसलाई स्ट्राइक दिने हो क्या यसले विकास विपिन खत्रीले
Not just for cricketer in Nepal, but for
कहिले
the associate game.
1.5 करोड
So I certainly am a big fan.
डेढ त नै कि एक जति
70-80 लाख कार्य गरे
70-80 हो र
Just talking about those sponsors, how important they've been to the growth of this tournament, and have been involved in such a great job here. As
मार्की
those
भयो भनेदेखि अस्ट्रेलिया जाने नेपाली हाल्नु
Jacku, which is Nepal's fastest growing EV brand, and providing the best in segment range.
एक बलमा 3 रन चाहियो
Spare tire, top safety feature. I think that spare tire, that's the nice ride. And that is
एक बॉल में तीन
दिपेन्द्र सिंह ऐरी हो दिपेन्द्र सिंह ऐरी नै हो
The wide down the leg side. Kugelheim for me, I know he came back well the other day. Compared to his season 1 performance,
दिपेन्द्र
it's
सिंह
not quite
ऐरी
his best yet this year.
आजकल ऊ त्यसले खेल्दैन क्रिकेट
7 to defend titles like this, he'll be okay.
प्रदीप ऐरी कहाँ गयो त्यो डोमेस्टिक त खेल्नु पर्यो अस्ट्रेलिया गयो क्या हो
नयाँ लाग्दैन मुझे हिंदी बोलते हैं
ऊ त डोमेस्टिक त खेल्नु पर्यो
ये भाई और नॉन दे
पहले तो ही लागेंगे
6 इट्स ह्युज
This is a monster. I don't think
ई
we've seen
बाउन्ड्री बाहिर खिच्दियो यार
Show me 3 figures at the bottom of your screen.
डाउट रोड छ भने त खतरा रहेछ त्यो कहाँ गयो यार
There. This is 90 meters plus. Surely.
90 मिटर
Sound this makes. In this one, yes, please. Get in the hole. That's impossible. 78 meters.
No. I'm sorry, but no. That's got to be 90 plus. What's the straight? 66, 63. Oh, come on. That's got to have gone. Massive. Absolutely massive. Big hit. 150 comes up. Peterson wants some of them to be 12, doesn't he? Too sure about that. Shout from KP. But that was a monster, I promise you that much. That should be given as a wide. Good umpiring. Daythwaite nods ahead. What do you do here with 44 to win, now 43 to win off 13? Do you look for the single and the strike, or do you look for another massive hit out the ground?
Now, if it's in the area, he's got to try and hit it off the ground. I don't think you can start saving deliveries. You've got to rely on Catherine to get you back on strike the next over. But everyone for you will be on the edge of the ring. So as long as you make contact, you can get off strike. But boundaries are required, lots of them.
Oh, he ends up doing neither. Dot ball, he wants the wide, not going to get it. Good over for the Avengers, but they still need 43 more. 151 for 7.
तर 43 चेसेबलै छ 12 बलमा 43 हान्नु सक्यो बाउन्ड्री हान्नु पर्यो तर तालको पानी माछीले खाने फिरेन्सित जाने कि नजाने
Really enjoyable scenes. We did see after the quick flurry of wickets fell, a few fans actually saying, okay, there's my time to go and get an early bus. Remember, so many have travelled from outside the valley to come and enjoy the action. So we've got to look forward to on Dhaka Topi Day. Everyone's going to be looking resplendent on the first Super Saturday. The Karnataka Yaks come back into action, taking on the highly impressive Company Lions, who are looking to go to the very bottom of the table all the way up to the top. That'll be the morning game. And then the floodlights will kick in with the Kathmandu Gorkhas, the hometown side, taking on the Bharatnagar Kings. Reminder, slightly different times on Saturdays, 11:15 and 3:30 p.m. Here's Pokhara. Katri does his job. Now, Daythwaite, he has complete licence here. He's got to probably hit, 5 or 6 sixes to have any chance out of these last 11 balls.
Looking for a quick signal, that's for sure. Avinash, what's key here is that he doesn't bowl with the stumps. Bowl with the stumps, you're bowling into the hitting zone of Daythwaite. He needs to keep it out of that area, bowl at the wide line. Even if he bowls the odd wide, that's fine. But bowl at that wide line, make him reach for you.
बटर चिकन रोल ना
He's thinking exactly like you are.
Aside he are local है ना प्याज ना
Recognition from Katri that the last hope for the Avengers lays with the Welshman.
Now what Daythwaite will probably do is he'll crowd his stumps, but just bearing in mind that if he moves across, the wide line moves with him. doesn't just stay in a stationary position, so he can still go wide of that off stump and hope the dove weight goes over extra.
Nails the Yorker. This is the skills that Pokhara brings. Yes, it is not at an express pace or anything close to it, between 115 and 120 kilometers an hour. But the remarkable accuracy that he brings is why he was one of Monty Desai's favourites at the death in this format. Yet to curry favour under Stuart Law. The NPL, you never know, still forces his way into India and Sri Lanka next year on a T20 World Cup journey. Great stuff from Pokhara. Nails it again. 3 in a row, outstanding bowling.
The ball's been bowled at 119, 120 kilometers an hour. He can come and stand 2 feet outside the crease and say, well, you know, if you want to try and nail the Yorker, all the best, but if you miss, it might be a full toss. But if you just keep standing that ground, he's lined up, he's got his radar.
Throw it back, but such is the power of Doubtwright, that'll run all the way for 4. 4s aren't enough now for the Avengers. He's had a fantastic evening, particularly compared to some of his teammates. Daniel Doubtwright, exceptional with the ball, and these are handy, impressive late runs.
But again, I know it's gone for 4, but it's very well bowled. Because he's bowled it wide of off stump, it hits the toe end of the bat, and so Doubtwright can't hit it off the ground. It's been a very impressive over this, the 90, arguably the most important of the innings.
This time it's into the slot, and it is out the ground. Technically this
Aye,
game
no,
is still
Mazhar.
alive, but you can see the frustration as the 106 of the tournament belongs to Daniel Doubtwright. 1 over remains, 162 for 7.
32 रनको एउटा ओभर चाहियो ओ छक्का 36 भनेपछि लगभग छक्कै छक्का हान्नु जिमी निसम हुनुपर्ने के यहाँनिर अनि मजा आउँछ
कति रन चाहियो
6 बलमा 32
एक बल टराइदियो त्यो बलिङ मध्ये
बलिङ दुःख को आउँछ
This game is still alive, only thanks to Daniel Doubtwright, but it's a frustrated looking cut to the Pokhara Avengers bench. Now, they're just working things out here. It's 32 to win off 6.
ए उसन त फेरि यो बिका के रे यो खत्री हान्न सक्दैन के यो विपिन खत्री ठ्याक्क यो उ भयो नन स्ट्राइकर भयो ओ
भाग्दा त हारियो कि
Very impressive in the competition so far. He had a good outing the other day.
हेमन्तलाई दियो
He doesn't have a wicket here, but he's been okay. The Avengers need to look at their batting lineup as well. You've got to be flexible. And when you're chasing 15s and 16s to the over, surely Doubtwright goes up ahead of Abhishek. Surely he goes ahead of Sumit. Maybe if you're chasing 140, different story.
A reminder, of course, Sumit Verma only signed in the last 48 hours. Qualified for Uganda on residency. Came in, has been very impressive start to his international career. One of 2 Ugandans here who played out in the Challenge League. And because there's no Raymond Reefer here, I don't think he's going to come in the end. Jason Roy, they're still waiting for.
अच्छा
Well, 4
Four.
in theory might be better than a single, but I'm not sure it is actually.
कति
Got to get Doubtwright on strike
तो
here.
अविनाश बोरा
Top edge races.
हेमन्त लामे
Only 3 wides have been bowled. You don't want to bowl any of those.
तोगा 5 छक्का
Study through for a single or wide, because Doubtwright's on his bike. He's backing up and running.
That might make a game on 2 wides. What did that give us? 26 off 5.
2 चौका
Right on strike. 4 sixes in a
4
two.
छक्का
You get, a wide and run through to the keeper. That's what you need here for the Avengers.
अच्छा
Straight into the sky. Who's going to get there? White ball into no man's land. Bandari.
ब्याट
पागल भन्दाखेरि कच्चासम्म न बलसम्म
The problem is then, that 4 was no good. But the equation is more than 6 runs per delivery.
अहिले त उयो दोषी न रोहित शर्माको दोषी
Danny, keep your foot behind behind the line.
यार भन्नु थियो
I'm not sure what it is, but there's been a number of catches that have gone into the night
बोलिङ त
sky.
राम्रो गरे
सक्दैन नि कोही बल थियो
6 days, and it seems
हेरे कस्तो राम्रो थियो कि कन्फिडेन्स नभएर हेरे तलतिर रहेछ तल तेरि
ड्राइभ हान्नु
पार वहाँ
डाइ भन्नु थियो नि तेरे
ऊ अर्को क्याच दिएछ आफै आयो आधा क्याच
हात एक्सटेन्ड गरेर अहिले आउने
साइकको रहेछ
डर भन्ने त होइन हात
Hit into absolute no man's land. Crowd are now recognising that
अब त छक्का छक्का हानेर पनि हुँदैन
Royals. One bounce, and that's going to be that.
अहिले अरे
Listen to the cheers around the banks, around the new stands. Royals, well, they haven't had it all their own way across the two games, but ultimately they're going to have two very comfortable victories.
the Avengers will look at things and say, you know, it's that. We've got some power in it. There is still good players, particularly our captain. We cannot keep chasing these types of trophies. We've got work to do with our bow.
A bit more from young Dennis Carell up at the top as well. We were impressed with him last season. Two low scores thus far. Just wondered, does Bertel maybe say, do I get myself up there? Kieran Thaguna, local cricketer who many think a huge amount of, hasn't shined yet.
वाइट
Will be a wide, but it will be too little too late. 26 required off 3 balls.
3 ball 26
For
तर राम्रो खेल्यो यिनीहरूले कमब्याक गर्यो नि त
for me,
पश्चिमले नराम्रो खेल्यो
really was the turning point, wasn't it? Henry
फेरि
Singer
पछि के नराम्रो थियो पोखरा अघि फिल्डिङ देख्दै थियो
Royals a disservice with her 11 Olympic and 30 World Championship medals.
4-5 बाउन्ड्री त दियो होला होइन मिसफिल्ड तिनीहरूले
जिमिनिजम त
त्यही
नाम
घाटा यता लाग्यो नि त फेरि
Very much cut from the same cloth. Not a
तर
dissimilar
छोड्यो
fight
हान्छ यसले एउटा बाउन्ड्री त हान्छ
Oh, this goes a long way, but it's just going to keep going. He's a powerful man, isn't he, Daniel Douthwaite? And
कति खाने गाडी
goes
यसले
down in the crowd.
15 मा 37 36
चिताइदिन रहेछ यो पनि
As well, because we think of that net
एक
run
नो
rate
बल
coming
हालिदिनु
into the
गयो
competition.
विदेश त हान्न हान्नु नै
Fourth position was decided.
नेपाली चाहिँ हाने साला नेसनल टिममा आइजाने
Mm.
अन्त बोलो लो
कम त सर्ट हान्न
Gone as high as it's gone far.
खतरा हानिदियो नि स्पिड ड्राइभ
Yeah, 68 metres
Same
distance,
drive,
probably
yeah.
almost 68 metres in arc as well.
के हो नाउ
Shade of a golf follow through. He was another one of the
डाउथवेट
2 4-balls up at the Pokhara Resort with his team. Playing Jimmy Neesham. So a few of the clips online. Poor old Mark Watt managed to duck one into the river in front of him. 2 balls left.
ओइ 6 फेरि
The question.
इसो बोलिङ नि
क्याच क्याच क्याच
He's standing there. He wants the no ball. Downey
No ball.
wants the 3rd NPL wicket to go with the 2 he took the other night. The umpires are saying out, and yet again we're seeing another player
नो बल छ ल
to the decision and almost force it to go upstairs.
नो बल छ
That's okay, but also to the spirit of the game.
Couldn't agree more, and also let's empower our umpires that if
कम्बर माथि गयो नो बल हैन
allow the umpires
No
to
ball.
make their decision. We don't DRS
अम्पायरिङ खतम छ
here in the Nepal Premier League, but we can check things like 4s and 6s, clean catches, and indeed these waist high no ball calls. I think this is going to be fine. I think this is dipping beneath waist high. And let's just see what's going to happen. Giving us out, yeah, correct decision. Deadweight happy to trudge off, but damn it,
Oh,
there's
wicket.
another wicket to his name. I think he's deserved it across the course of the evening. He just missed out on the full toss. He will have fancied himself to deposit this into the crowd.
सर्ट त बजाउनै न
That's the bottom line, isn't it? Is that, yes, looking for the no ball, but if they needed 6 to win off 1, and you said to Daniel Douthwaite, where would you like it?
अम्पायरिङ ठिक छैन के यिनीहरूको यो
37, wonderful innings, 174 for 80 Avengers.
नो बलमा आउट दिइदिन्छ कहाँबाट फुल टस हो ए फुल टस हो
फुल ड्राइभ
फुल टस त फुल टस
के अरे फुल ट्र्याक
फुल टस
सचिनले 180 त हान्छो रहेछ है आकाश टन ल यस्तो छक्का छक्का हान्छ
20 required to win. They're not going to do that. Two of the talent young quicks face off for a little one ball challenge.
ल Sudurpashchim Royals win the game
Remain unbeaten, but the Sudurpashchim
against
Royals,
Pokhara
they
Avengers.
stay undefeated. And so much of it due to that man. A game-changing moment. He might have been hit for 2 sixes into the